worry about it, man. Don't fucking worry about it. I don't need the aggravation.
No, tell me why I'm a bad person because I won't give all my wealth to
you
you.
keep giving out my information to these people. You keep giving out my information to these fucking people.
Who, George? Who has your information?
Who do you think?
Who hasn't?
Who do you think has my information? And who do you think?
No one has been calling you lately. I would know. I get those phone calls.
You get what phone calls?
Patrols. You need to pay some money off, George, for me to be able to loan you more money. Don't you kind of understand that? If I gave my wealth away, I wouldn't have any.
Let's say I told you the situation, but obviously you have a short-term memory, don't you?
George, you don't have any money coming. You don't.
You have a short-term memory, don't you?
George, what you said you had a new job working at that little packing place, but what are you gonna do there?
Start that in the new year.
Yeah, you're not. But I mean, George, $10 an hour ain't hitting on shit.
You don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so just don't worry about it. As far as you're concerned, I can be making $20. You have no idea what I'm going to do.
No one would pay that, unfortunately, for the seals and services you can offer.
I didn't tell you what the job is. I'll be a damn fool if I didn't care if I tell you what the job is. Because they'll try to cause me problems.
George, you can't even pay the motel rent, the car insurance, anything else. How are you going to pay me back?
If I said you're going to get it, you'll get it. But forget about it. I'm not groveling. I'm not doing this groveling routine. I've got to get stuff shit taken care of, and I'm wasting time right now.
Well,
I said to you,
you better tell. If you don't tell Judge Gibney, you want a jury by 5 o'clock tomorrow, you're going to waive it. And he told you that. He even spelled it out for you. WAIVE.
I know you're being a smartass. I know that.
What did you think of Will's comments last night?
I dismissed them because I found them totally. Yeah, he gave them. Yeah, well, whatever he did. Maybe I should give the judge the recorded thing that you all did. Maybe I should do that. About that.
George, you
want to talk about recorded tapes and all that? Maybe I should get the judge about the recorded conference calls. See how he would feel about that shit.
You can do that if you like, but Will didn't do it. There's a transcriber in there, George. This transcriptionist recorded the whole thing.
Listen, I'm not playing this big game. I'm not playing this fucking game any longer. Okay? There's shit that's being added on there that I am not for. There's videos that are being added on there. And that he still hasn't removed the application. He still hasn't sent the signature, and he still hasn't removed the application for the truck. So there's several variables, several issues that I have here.
He has swore to me under the penalty of perjury that he has done it.
He's done what?
That he has mailed the document.
Okay, what about application? Remove the application for trademark.
That's after he's dismissed as a party to the lawsuit.
Well, I want to know that he's done it, because I think this is just a bunch of hokum.
You don't believe it's a ruse, do you?
All right, and on that note, I want to bid you a farewell, because I'm not playing this.
George, he told me that he did it. Why don't you believe Will Markley? Why would he lie to you?
I believe him like I believe the fucking devil. But I don't give him credence. By calling him the devil, that's giving him too much fucking credit.
Will Markley really is a nice man if you get to know him.
That's not what you said.
No, he is an arrogant asshole. But he's not that bad if you just tell him to go fuck himself and move on. See, you can't do that. If someone tells you about yourself, you get mad. No one will tell me I'm fat.
This is coming from a fucking F-celebrity.
Why is he he's a famous...
He's an F-celebrity, and his
Yes,
only claim to fame is fucking eating a bowl of cereal, watching somebody on it as an extra with no speaking role.
F for famous.
It's at a fucking, Is that fucking talent? No.
Well,
I can sit there.
What speaking roles have you had?
On a chair and wave at somebody and call that talent. And unless you've got a speaking role, he's sitting there eating a bowl of cereal.
Well, what speaking roles have you had other than?
There's no speaking role. I did commercials for establishments.
You did one commercial
for the insurance doctor, Tap Lingerie, and Potter's Pub, and different restaurants like that back in the day.
Your line was nobody.
That line was something that I made. I said nobody can beat these prices. I forget so much to that effect.
You did it all by yourself. Yeah. Taboo admitted that they never asked.
It was something else that was done too.
Well, what about Tab?
I'm not another number. If you listen to the whole damn thing, you would hear that.
Well, what about the troll that contacted Taboo and they denied they ever asked you to do it for?
Well, I don't give a goddamn. The woman is a cunt. I don't give a fuck what she's a cunt, and I don't give a fuck what she said. She was trying to lowball me $50 for the damn thing, and we gave it to her, and she paid $50 for it. She's trying to lowball me. I had my camera guy there, who back in the day, who was the one that filmed it. And
so you were riding around with a video camera selling commercials?
Yeah, I did okay. I did that too. I made a little money out of it.
Really? That sounds that's pretty bright.
I did that. I did that. I mean, we made about like about maybe $400.
That ain't bad at all back then.
Yeah.
So what? You rode around and just said, "Hey, we'll make you a commercial. Here's it for $50."
Well, we charged her $150, and she lowballed me. She charged her $100. Lowball me. She said, I'm not going to pay that much for it. I said, ma'am, this is going on TV. You're going to have this on TV. It's going to be circulated. She's a cunt. She thinks she's a cunt. Her name is Allison Miller is her name.
Fucking whore. Can you and me do lunch today?
I've got to get to. I got to do some things.
You could come by and I could write you a letter to the judge that Will Mauchline is pulling a roost.
I need to give him my signature and then let him just figure out what he's going to do with that. But I mean, I don't know what's going to. They haven't received it.
It's not in there. Believe me, I've looked for it. I'll look right now. Recent views.
Well, if it hasn't been received, then what's the angle here?
George, you misunderstand. This is the worst time in the world to mail something. He mailed it the day before Christmas.
Well, this was way before Christmas. This was a week before Christmas that this happened. It could have been mailed a week before. Should have been received by now.
It's like the worst time in the world. George, Danny didn't get...
not comprehended. If you send it a week before, it should have been received at least after or a couple days after. And here it is a couple days after and hasn't been received.
I just refreshed the docket. Nothing came up.
Okay.
George, you remember that we wasted a whole day arguing over verbiage with you because you didn't want it the way it was. So we lost one day there. He went to the notary. He put it in the mail. What day was that? What day were you here?
He's uploaded more videos. So right now, I'm a little bit hesitant even beyond the signature.
Have you seen
He's
the
uploaded
videos?
more fucking videos, and so I'm a little bit hesitant beyond everything else.
But
what he's trying to do is antagonize me. He's trying to antagonize me. He's trying to provoke me. He's arrogant, and he needs to be taught a fucking lesson for his arrogance and his fucking being boisterous. He needs to be taught a fucking lesson that you don't take people's material and steal it.
Well, that's why you and him have a valid and binding contract now, Gigi.
Doesn't give him carte blanche to take material after the fact, because I can reopen it very easily.
How? He's never going to let you file in form of papyrus again.
I can form a papyrus. I will file in form of papyrus, and I will file, and I will reopen the case very easily.
The court...
Very 1, 2, 3, ABC. That's simple.
But the court is never going to let you file in form of papyrus again against Will Mauchline or Sean.
Well, that's bullshit. They will. They will.
I don't believe he will.
Well, I'm saying they will. Or I'm saying that he'll go into the higher court. And that will transpire. It will go into the higher court.
Do you know what the United States...
That's where it actually really needs to go.
How long does Judge Gibney have to sit before he's elected again? How many years is Judge Gibney on the bench?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Judge Gibney is on the bench until the day he dies or quits. United States District Judges, federal judges, and Supreme Court judges are appointed for life.
I don't think that it's a problem because he told Markland, if you listen to the whole damn thing, he questioned Markland's...
I was in the goddamn courtroom.
He questioned Markland's truthfulness, about being truthful about his signature. So he kind of questioned that son of a bitch. And that was good. I was glad to hear that.
Well, I mean, don't you want to know that it's really Will Markland? Won't that do something for you? You will unmask him?
All right, man. Well, I've got to get out the door. So what was the general need for the conversation on the call?
Well, I wanted to know whether you have received it in the post or not, and I want you to...
I haven't been there today, so I don't know. I know it hasn't been received as of yesterday. It was not received.
Well, it hasn't been logged in as of 5 minutes ago because I went on the court's website and looked. I have the ability to do that.
I'm having issues about other material being uploaded. So again, I could go back on this if I care to do so. What is the purpose? I can't.
You can't. You made a deal in front of the judge.
I can go back on this and reopen it because he's uploading more videos. So I have that option to do that.
Those
What's
videos.
The purpose of that? What's the purpose of him doing that?
That video was uploaded on the 28th day of November.
What's the purpose?
It was uploaded long before the settlement conference. What is the purpose of it? To call you a train wreck.
Well, that's where he's going to be taught a fucking lesson because I have the opportunity of reopening the case. I could go through this, but I remember I have the opportunity of reopening the case against that son of a bitch. As long as he understands that, and he needs to remove that.
Well, if you reopen that case, Marty comes back with full force.
I'm not concerned about some son of a bitch. Okay? I'm not concerned about some son of a bitch that hides behind a computer and lives in a different country, allegedly, and is his tampon. Is Markland's tampon is what he is.
It's funny.
They probably are butt fuckers, probably. They're butt fuckers that probably rub their dogs together in the cold winter nights.
It's funny.
I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give a fuck about that son of a bitch. That son of a bitch fucking has got a fucking channel there, or his own channel, supposedly. His own channel with my father's name on there. I want it removed, and I will get it down. Whether he takes it down or not, I will take it down. Believe me.
Well, George,
I'm pissed off right now. I'm pissed off.
Why? You say you don't give a fuck about...
me the fuck off right now is what you've done.
Why? You say you don't give a fuck about him, but you want his channel to come down. So that's an option.
I don't want my father's name desecrated and butchered the way it has been.
You're not a junior.
I have the same name as my father.
But he didn't want you to be a junior. You're not a junior.
I have the same name as my father does.
So he's George Alexander Yared Sr., and you're George Alexander Yared Jr.
George Yared is his name, and George Yared is my name. Yes, I have a middle name, but I don't use it.
Well, I understand why.
Don't use it. Yeah.
I understand why.
No, you don't even understand it.
If you reopen
this case very easily.
Let
the fucker know that I can reopen this case very fucking easy.
You can.
So as long as they understand that and know that, they need to stop antagonizing me and provoking me.
Reopen it, George, and then they will unleash the Marty.
Yeah, well, unleash him, and I might just unleash my hands around his fucking neck.
I mean, George, you're gonna unleash the Marty. He's gonna mock you the morning of trial. He's
cool. Put my hands around his fucking neck and strangle the living shit out of him. He won't be mocking anybody.
He said that if he has to come to Richmond, he's gonna post a video the whole way to the courtroom about you, live.
Okay, and he will obviously put him in handcuffs and put him in fucking prison.
What's the charges?
I'll make sure.
What are the charges? Internet stalking.
I'll make sure he goes to prison. Might not be that day, but then I'll know who he is, and then I'll get his damn fucking face, his IP. I'll get all that information about who he is and his full credentials.
He's told you who he is.
How much money he has, he'll be fucking exposed, and he'll be looked at as an internet stalker. And in the foreign countries, they take more seriousness toward that. So in Johannesburg, they'll take his goddamn internet from him.
George, the FBI told you to go to the agency that deals with the old ladies. They don't give a fuck. What are they going to charge him with? Rape? Murder? George, what international law has he violated? In fact, he has more rights under his Constitution than I do.
And he's very touchable. Very touchable. And if he is so stupid enough to show his true identity, and I can see who he is and know his full credentials and know his full name, then he is that stupid. I don't care what he can buy, who he can buy. The facts are the facts.
But he reaches out. He reaches out and touches you from.
There are laws against fucking predatorial stalking.
He reaches out and touches you from the other side of the world.
And this will be a prime example where presidents will be made. One way or the other, he's going to pay one way or the other for what he's done.
George, where do you get this from? What laws have he broken, George? It's not criminal to call you fat. It's just not.
Have you ever heard of what happened to Sean Brady?
He had a stroke.
Yes, he did have a stroke. He was all smug and all that. And he had the marshals knock on his fucking door. Marshals knock on his fucking door. Now, obviously, hunger is not as fragile as Brennan is. But hunger can get a dose of reality just the same. It might not be of any form, but eventually, karma is a bitch.
George, how many times has he asked you on the telephone?
It was expected.
How many times has he asked you to sue him? How many times has he gone out of his way? He's given you his address and begged you to sue him. How many times?
That there is alternate addresses that we have.
But why not? Why can't you rely on the one he's given you?
Bogus address, any kind of bogus fucking address. The bottom fucking line is there's shit on there that needs to be removed, and one way or the other, that shit will be removed.
It will be, motherfucker. But George, how many times he asked you to sue him?
He can give me a bunch of bogus addresses and be smug about it. That's easy to do. It's easy to hide on the internet and do all that shit. Clearly, with that person who was at my door, that puny person, which I know it's not him because you already said it was him, but that puny person allegedly was at my door, you clearly can see that the van wasn't there. So that gives him free carte blanche to come on my property knowing I wasn't there. When he was in town, he should have came to the door making sure.
I asked you to come. I begged you to fucking come. I called you and pleaded with you to fucking come up there and meet him with me. I goddamn it got on this phone and begged. And you didn't have the fucking balls to do it.
No, when he was on my property, he should have made sure I was there. And then when he had introduced himself, then that would have been not a good thing for him.
George, they have everything from Venmo to BitChute and every other platform that just mirrors all of his uploads, including the sites in China that you can't do anything about because you can't read the fucking language.
I'm not worried about the sites in China because you can't even view that stuff.
Bullshit.
It doesn't come up in the sites in China. Those sites don't even pop up that good.
Bullshit.
I'm worried if it's in the U.S. That's what I'm concerned about. Vimo, Metacafe.
What about BitChute?
Never heard of it. I know what it is. I know it exists, but the platform of it doesn't play half the time anyway. So I'm not worried about it. So I'm not concerned about that. YouTube is is more known.
George, when I type your name into Google, when I type your name into Google, the second thing that comes up is BitChute video. George Alexander Yarrett admits to rape allegations. It's the second thing. Look here. Look at your phone. Don't cuss me out. I'm telling you what I'm helping you.
Well, all right. So that shit should be removed.
You need to work with Will, or you need to talk to Marty and come up with a way that he'll do it. You need to talk to him. If I have a problem with a motherfucker, I don't sit here and cuss him out. I tell him where I am, or I go to their house. Marty's given you his phone number, and he's asked you to call him. You need to call him.
I'm not talking to someone that is going to enrage me.
He only can, George, no one can enrage you.
And it does nothing for me.
George, as much power as my signature has, I cannot enrage anyone. Only you can allow yourself to become enraged. If you talk to him like a man, you won't have these problems.
I don't want to talk to him because he's created this stuff because of his buddy Markland. He's created and interfered in my business because of Markland. And he's interfered in a way of not just internet ways, but going into my real world and cyber stalking me, paying people to follow me around. That is a little bit obsessive. That's cyber stalking.
Look at what I just sent you. That's from his BitChute.
Look.
I'm not hurting you. I'm helping you.
I'm going to follow through with this, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to lay if more shit goes up. It doesn't mean that I'm going to sit around and not do something because believe you me.
If you do this again, Marty's told me that he will attack you like you have never seen.
I will attack him. I will attack him like he's never seen. I might be financially not able to do what I need to do, but if more shit comes up and more shit goes up, then I know who the culprit is, and I'll attack him, and he won't even see it.
He admits to you daily that he's the culprit. He has yet to deny it once. He tells you openly.
He doesn't live in Sweden.
God damn it, he does.
Yeah. He doesn't live in Sweden. He's in Johannesburg.
I'm a notary. I can verify Marty's identity, and you can sue him there. Actually, I never thought of that. I could call the Swedish consulate and ask them to prove an identity based on my commission here in Virginia. I should do that. Oh, I can do it. The state law gives it to me if they honor it.
Listen to me. I'm spending way too much time on the phone talking about this thing that angers me, enrages me, and I'm killing my fucking day. That's what you want me to do, don't you? Lose time. I've got to take care of things and be proactive on some things.
Well, George, I'm willing to help you. You just have to be willing to help me. You got to do for me, George. You got to be nice to me. You got to remember that I care for you.
Yeah, and you have your ex's fucking jailbird fucking friend, or the guy that was paid to stalk me through Marty, through you, and I'm supposed to trust you.
That motherfucker don't even have a car.
That person
don't even have a
supposedly
car.
Is a person that was paid, or you brought him into the scene to fucking stalk me, and Marty paid him to do so.
He don't even have a car.
So who is this character anyway? What's his fucking name? And how does he know me?
The truth, George, I honestly don't know, and they won't tell me.
I think you do know.
The truth is, I don't know, and they will not tell me. I've asked repeatedly. It is a paid person.
Look, isn't it just a little ironic that he was fucking your ex? Isn't that just a little ironic?
Again,
so you want to tell me what you... I'm not stupid, man. I'm not an idiot.
George,
you brought him in this.
I did not.
Bullshit.
Kristen started attacking Christina, and then he came to life. You can't blame me for what she did.
Listen to me carefully.
Nobody fucks with Christina. I've made that very clear to you, and I warned you initially. I told you that. Nobody fucks with Baby. You've seen Dirty Dancing yourself.
You brought the son of a bitch in my business. I personally did not make any reference or attack. I, though, wanted to find out what the fuck was going on and why there's a lot of interference going on in my business.
According to Kristen George, that you got this information from the same person who told you that Danny was deployed to the Mexican border.
I don't know whether he was or wasn't. I don't really care.
Danny, George, it's impossible. U.S. Marines can never be activated on American soil, ever. It's in the Constitution. We can't be used.
I want to know how this son of a bitch got involved and how he ever knew that I existed. And it's just a little ironic, basically, because he was dating your ex and fucking your ex.
When Kristen started attacking Christina is when he showed up.
Okay, well, Christina was actually did an act, an illegal act by embezzlement.
She didn't serve a day in jail, did she?
She did serve 30 days in jail.
She did not. I got her a deal for house arrest.
The act that she did, and she did 30 days.
She got house arrest.
Well, that ain't no picnic.
Bullshit. She was at home.
That's a ball and chain. That's a ball and chain in your leg.
Baby was all right. George, Kristen also carried out tremendous criminal acts. Why is everyone a criminal to you?
Why? Kristen was attacked for defending me. For defending me and making a comment that everybody didn't like.
And y'all started talking about Baby, didn't you?
You got built and worked with it because you start doing double agent work.
She was attacked for lying on YouTube comments.
You brought him into this.
No. She was attacked for lying on YouTube and pretending not to be herself. Remember, she had a sister?
You brought this guy into this. Because he would have had no carnal knowledge. He would have no carnal knowledge whatsoever.
Remember Frank Dunham?
What are you talking about?
Frank Dunham.
Who is that?
George, carnal knowledge means he has fucked you. That's what carnal knowledge means.
No, this son of a bitch has been listening to conversations that you and I have had on the phone.
But George, you're saying that he had carnal knowledge of you. That means he anally penetrated your body.
Well, I don't know anything about him. I haven't done any goddamn thing. But, he needs to stay out of my business is what he needs to do. Because obviously he has a criminal past as well. And he needs to stay out of my fucking business. That I can say with a straight face.
George, carnal knowledge has also sometimes meant sexual intercourse outside of marriage. But it typically means that he rapes you without your consent.
When are you going to be a Webster dictionary and try to correct me on something that I just said?
It's a legal term. I'm trying to...
Carnal knowledge, knowledge of knowing. Knowledge of knowing and being involved.
So he has carnally known you.
Involved, knowing that being involved in a situation or being involved in something that not necessarily the person doesn't need to be involved in.
Well,
yeah, look, don't do this grammar nut or this fucking Nazi shit. I know more fucking words than you can even imagine. I'm educated, and I went to J. Sargent Reynolds, and I took broadcast communication, Dale Carnegie studies of broadcast communications, power to influence people, and all that. So I'm very knowledgeable and very educated.
But how come we're still suffering, George? Financially, academically, emotionally, socially?
I have a mistake that's haunted me, and now I'm trying to get back on track.
But why do you blame the house? The house isn't it, George. The house isn't. You think about it, that's one thing. People call me every day that have been foreclosed on. They call me every day. And they've been there that are in foreclosure. And they ask for help. And I do for them the same thing I did for you. Yet they can pay me. They're not in a position where they have no one or nothing. I used to be in that position. When I was in prison, George, I had no one or nothing until I decided that I had to stop being such a dick. That the world didn't know me anything, and I should be thankful just to fucking be here.
Listen carefully. I made errors and misjudgments and mistakes, but goddamn it, I have not done anything. I have helped people when I've had money. I've helped people tremendously when I had money.
When you attended J. Sargent Reynolds, you didn't have to submit a single paper.
I have lived it for a long, long time. That house and losing that house is emotionally fucked with my head.
When you went to J. Sarge, you didn't have to type a single paper, did you?
What are you talking about?
Well, George, to attend J. Sargent Reynolds, you had to graduate at least have earned an associate's degree. You would have had to done at least one dissertation, a written paper. You can't type, but I don't care. I still care about you. This is why I get so angry with you.
You don't know what I can do. I can, and I have. So what are you trying to say?
Well, you don't do it for Judge Gibney.
It's a different format.
No, it's simply proper spelling. But, George, none of those people that you're around now, that you help so much, are around. That proves that you don't mean jack shit to them. But I'm around. I'll give you $20 for gas. I'll even give you my fucking credit card number. And I've done that. Not another one of them motherfuckers will do it, but you tell me that I'm a fucking asshole. Don't just want to upset you.
Look, you do a little to try to dangle a carrot at me, and then you get a reaction. You do a little, and you try to dangle a carrot in front of me, and then you give them information. You have given them information. Don't say you haven't.
George, to hear you tell it every time we're on the phone, Marty's listening.
Well, I mean, he's probably listening right now, as far as I know. I don't know.
You really believe that? That Marty McFly is listening to this conversation?
Pretty much every conversation you have with me, or if he's not listening, you'll play it back for him, because you're recording.
George, I don't have a recorder on that phone.
Well, explain to me how you recorded other stuff.
That was the old phone, the one before Marty bought it. Plus, George, I call you through Facebook. Think about that. How could he be listening to a Facebook
You can take the other phone, or you can take the other phone, and look, when you were talking to me, when he was on the phone, it was a three-way call, and I was on the, whatchamacallit.
How come that's never happened since?
I was on Messenger when he was on the phone, ironing out what he's willing to do, or whatever that shit was. So he was on the phone all the time. You brought him on the phone.
And that call has never been released. Have you noticed that?
Well, no, but the judge's call has been released, and I'm sure the judge would not think highly of that.
George,
and to know the judge be recorded on a conversation, I'm sure he would not approve of that or like that.
He was recorded in his own courtroom by his stenographer. And that phone call has never been released.
Well, whether that might be or not be, for someone else to have it recorded and have it passed around on the internet is a little bit questionable.
George,
anybody can but to have someone else record it, a little bit questionable.
George, all you have to do is call the courthouse and pay them the $45 fee, and they'll send it to you in an email. Why don't you believe anything? Why is everything I tell you just a lie or something designed to hurt you?
The judge is not going to allow a conversation to be recorded.
Yes,
the
he
judge
was
is
in
not
the...
going to allow a conversation being recorded, especially with him on the phone.
George, it was recorded by him.
Well, then how the hell did you get it?
Look at the... George, again. George, look at here. It says right here. Minute entry conference call held court reporter G. Hazel OCR. Court reporter G. Hazel OCR. It was recorded, George, and transcribed.
All right, well, that's a simple phone call right there. That's all that is.
And you realize that the 9th is going to be recorded, George, when you're in... The whole thing is going to be recorded and written down. Everything you say, every time he yells at you, every time you go, "Goddamn!" it's going to be written down. And the goons will have that, too. Of course, you'll blame me for giving it to them, even though it's public record.
Well, I will talk to the lady down there and confirm all that information, and I will try to get it sealed.
Sealed?
Try to get that whole thing sealed not for the public to see.
Why?
It's not for public consumption.
Bullshit! It's public record. You want a trial. The Constitution guarantees Will Malkin and you the right to a public trial.
I'm now leaning the other way around.
Leaning the other way to what?
I don't know. I'm leaning. I'll just letting the judge do it now. I'm leaning that way now.
George, this is either way. It's going to be certain death. Just a jury would make it hurt worse.
No, a jury actually would probably be helpful because everybody has to agree, and if one person doesn't agree, then it's it's a hung jury.
That's only in criminal cases, George. 7 out of the 6 have to agree.
All right, man. Look, I got things I got to do, places I got to be.
George, listen. I want to discuss why the minute she started fucking with Christina, that Jay Smith showed up, and you can't draw that connection.
Where's the connection that I don't draw is, okay, so basically he pops up. So in what ways does he pop up?
Well, that's when the thumb guy appeared. You got one small problem though with your theory. The thumb guy is white.
Well, I know that the original person I was speaking to on the phone is also Caucasian. So that's why I'm confused, because the guy that I followed when I was at my mailbox, getting mail at my mailbox, and I saw this truck, then I followed the guy, and the school bus got in my way, and he took off like a bat out of hell, and I followed him.
According to Kristen,
the bus got in my way. He was driving a big pickup truck, and the guy was white, Caucasian.
But Kristen made a video saying that Jay Smith was arrested while wearing a gold suit.
Maybe. Was he? I'm sure he has been. He was here recently too.
So she must know who he is.
He's been arrested a lot, supposedly.
So why don't you ask her for his identity if she knows who he is?
We don't know. Look, where are you going with this?
I'm showing flaws in your theory, and you don't like it.
No, I mean, I show me flaws. There's obviously a simple arithmetic. The association with your ex involves you involved with it too. The simple arithmetic with your ex being involves you getting this guy involved.
So I did it, even though I had been around for years and he hadn't before.
You got the guy involved because you recruit people on that damn page. When you were on my personal private page, you would recruit people that I didn't even fucking know. I said, look, why are you doing this?
So then you have to admit that Kristen is wrong and Jay Smith did not get arrested in a gold suit.
I don't know whether he got arrested in a gold suit or not. I know he's been arrested. I know he's been arrested a few times.
Well, why is the thumb guy still around?
Well, the thumb guy obviously is you.
George, where? How do I drive?
Thumb matches your thumb. Don't come on, man. Just give it a rest.
The thumb matches my thumb.
Your thumb, yeah, you have a small fucking thumb, and that thumb matches your thumb.
George, there's a big scar on my thumb.
Yes, and there's a big scar on the thumb in the damn fucking video.
Not a one.
Okay, well, that's, it takes a person, to look at it or whatever, but yeah,
I was disarming an assailant when I was young and ended up with a cut on my hand. He ended up with a bullet in the back of his skull.
Well, you had a thumb.
Well, George, if you know his identity, why don't you just have him arrested? Call the Henrico County Police today.
He lives in Chesterfield, and I believe, not mistaken. But I mean, is it Jay Smith or is it Jason Summers? This is where you play games.
What do you mean? How do I play games, George? I call you on Facebook. You can't record Facebook calls, George. It's only you and me talking. There's nobody here. All I want you to do, George, is just leave this alone, talk to Marty, get the videos pulled down, enjoy your new job, and don't have them mock you. They know where your DoorDash is because they go near where you are, and then they follow the GPS, go near where you are, and order food. You've delivered food to goons.
They don't know where I'm
at.
They don't know where I'm at. Okay.
Don't you think they're going to follow you after the trial? All day?
What's the purpose of that?
Investigation. Because you say you're going to appeal if you lose.
Investigating what?
You.
Well, that son of a bitch needs to back the fuck off. Summers. My question to you is going back to this character. So is it Summers or is it Smith? Who is this guy?
Jay Smith is in Henrico County following you all the time.
Okay. But you're telling me it's not your ex's ex?
No, George.
Well, I mean, what is your ex's ex involved in this?
He's the Navy SEAL.
So how's he involved in this, saying that he was the one?
George, all I tell you is what I hear across the fucking radio.
No, you know exactly, and don't say you don't. You know exactly his affiliation.
George,
you brought him in this.
George, I am so confident that it is not him. I invite you to call the police and report him. I'll go down there with you. Because, George, he doesn't have a car, and he's black.
Well, I don't know whether this guy is black or white. I know the guy in the truck was white. Then I followed him, and the school bus got in my way and stopped me from going down the road. Stopped him, and the guy took off.
Yeah, he put it on Channel 2 and asked one to put the signal on so they'd stop.
What are you talking about?
My radios, George. Haven't you seen that my radio on my fucking pouch? You've never seen me in uniform but once or twice.
What are you okay.
This is my Mosa is what it's called.
What do you think? I mean,
George, you also had a 50-year-old woman hang out a window firing Roman candles at drones. Do you not understand how insane that sounds? We almost got one, too. Sitting in Henrico County, firing ballistic missiles in the air.
Yeah. Almost hit the damn fucking drone, too.
Well, George, what about where those ballistic missiles landed? That's what fireworks are, George. Ballistic whistle.
What made you bring that up?
Because, George, I want you to see how you don't see how the things you say, how they come about. Dude, you sound crazy as shit.
Let me tell you something. The son of a bitch was flying drones around the house. We were flying drones around the house, and she almost got one of those things knocked. And that was pretty goddamn funny. Came very fucking close. A Roman candle. Yeah, a Roman candle can do that.
George, I just have a shotgun. Why not use that?
A shotgun is not going to go all the way in the air. A shotgun is not going to fucking go up in the air, shooting something down. The bullet will land right back down the ground.
So a Roman candle goes farther than a shotgun shell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A Roman candle.
That thing went up in the fucking air. It almost got the goddamn thing.
George, my shotgun shoots about 200 pellets when it fires at about 1,900 feet per second. Do you understand how retarded what you just said is? That
the Roman candle almost knocked down the drone, and it nipped it almost. It got his attention. I know that. Got that motherfucker's attention.
So a firecracker is more lethal than a 12 gauge.
A drone has. I'm tired of this conversation. A Roman candle can go further distance
than a shotgun shell.
A Roman candle can go further distance than a shotgun, yes.
Jesus Christ. You didn't take any math classes at J. Sarge, did you?
The fucking Roman candle went up, can go faster and go further than a shotgun.
A Roman candle can go faster and further than a shotgun. So, George, why do the police carry a 870 in the car instead of a Roman candle? Why don't the police just grab some Roman candles to shoot suspects with instead of the 870 that I got in the corner?
Yeah, well, listen, the distance, it's called distance. But man, I'm tired of this stuff. Look,
George,
what do you?
This is what I want. I want to recap. You have a PI that follows you to make sure no one is following you. You have a 50-year-old woman firing Roman candles at drones. You have 35 homosexual men coming knocking on your door to fuck you that you threaten with a bow and arrow that has one bolt. And a Roman candle goes farther than a shotgun shell.
Goodbye.
Do you understand how that sounds? He hung up on me.